What's up, Marvel Snappers, and welcome to another deck tech video. Today we're playing a big deck that isn't concerned about the early game or little synergies, but would rather just play high cost, high impact cards and win the game with only a few cards played. The perfect facilitator of this is Jubilee, who on reveal plays a card from your deck to that location. Because most of the cards in our deck are high cost and high power, this ends up being a very large swing on turn 4. Some of the high cost cards that we are playing with Jubilee is the Hulk, who is still just a ton of power for 6 energy. Infinite is bigger, but has a pretty big restriction, and since we can play a card on turn 5 and a card on turn 6, sometimes we end up pushing even more power than an Infinite would, and it's not telegraphed. We're also playing America Chavez, still 9 power, and helps your consistency out a bit, lets you draw Jubilee and a few of your other pieces a little bit easier. We're also running Odin, because there's a lot of cool things you can do with Odin in this deck. If Jubilee pulls the Odin, it will cause her on reveal to re-trigger and you'll pull an additional card. You can also use this if your opponent has Hobgoblined you to send that Hobgoblin back, which is a huge surprise and can win you a lot of cubes. We also are running a couple of tech cards that Odin synergizes with. Should Jubilee pull our Killmonger or pull our Shang-Chi, the Odin can cause them to re-trigger so you can still get their powerful on-reveal effect, and can catch the opponent by surprise since they think your tech card's already been used. We're also running a Devil Dinosaur, just because this can still be a lot of power for 5 energy. We're not playing a lot of cards, so even though we don't have the synergy effects that add cards back to our hand, this can still end up being 11 or 13 power. We also have Professor X, who can surprise lock down a location, and this allows you to know where to play a card like your Hulk on the following turn, since you already have one location secured. To facilitate this, we're comboing it with Claw, who can put 6 power in the location to the right. Should Jubilee pull the Professor X and you're a little under in power, Claw can be a surprise way to win that location. And also, since we're mostly playing 1 card a turn, Claw can push power into 2 different locations and help win games that way. This also works with stormed locations or locations like Death's Domain or Sanctum Sanctorum, where normally you can't play cards and you're able to sneak some power into there. We have Jessica Jones, who can be played on turn 4 if you don't have the Jubilee, and is 8 power, which is pretty impactful. And then to round out the early game, we have Domino, who we will always draw on turn 2, and just puts 3 extra power into a location for us. And since we always draw it, we don't have to worry about Jubilee pulling it. And we're running the Lizard. The Lizard is 5 power for 2 energy, and the reason we're playing this card is because Killmonger and Shang-Chi are both best on the final turn of the game, and the Lizard can be added to their power just so you can put more power onto the board on that turn. Killmonger is being run because people are still playing a lot of 1-cost cards. We can cut to a quick clip of that right now. And Killmonger clears the board, and this is why you don't play a full-on Khazar Zoo deck once you're in Pool 2. And even when Killmonger isn't wiping your opponent's entire Zoo deck, it can still be great for picking off Sunspots or other 1-cost cards that are just spreading a bit of power around for the board. And we're running Shang-Chi, who destroys an enemy card if it's 9 or more power. During recording, Shang-Chi did a bunch of work for us and was just killing Devil Dinosaurs left and right. I'll cut to a quick few clips of that, but I didn't want the game highlights to all be Shang-Chi just winning the game. And Shang-Chi kills the center location, winning us an easy 8 cubes. With that, let's hop into some games. First location is the Hub, adding a card to her hand. Helps out our Devil Dinosaur. And we have a backup Jessica Jones if we don't draw ours. And they go with a Quicksilver. Jotunheim is the next one. We're not going to want to commit cards there. Let's come up over the Quicksilver with a bit of extra power. We also have the opportunity to Killmonger this away. We can hold the Lizard. Shang-Chi might end up being pretty strong for us. Especially with 6-cost cards costing 1 less. Let's just hold. Ooh, they morph, which has... Oh, and so now they know about our Shang-Chi. A bit less of a surprise now. Let's play our real Jessica Jones. And they play theirs as well. We're playing very similar decks. We could Professor X Jotunheim and then push some extra power with Claw. But it's probably going to be best just to go with our Devil Dinosaur. It's going to be bigger than the Hulk, and we're not going to play too many cards next turn. When they go with a Hobgoblin... We're revealing first. Go with a Claw to Jotunheim. It's going to be hard for them to spread their power if they're playing a similar deck. They likely just have one big play. So let's be winning 3 locations and hope they can't close the gap. Yeah, they end up playing a Hulk, and the Claw takes both locations for us. Victory. Let's hop into another one. First location is Limbo, which favors our deck since we have high impact plays. And they go with a Nightcrawler. And Crimson Cosmos hardly affects us. We'll play the Domino. Just push a little bit of power onto the board. Helps potentially Professor X a location. Okay, and they go with a Mantis, so our Shang-Chi should get some value. Very likely that they'll drop a Devil Dinosaur, and we'll have an extra turn to work with. For now, we can pass. Plan on playing Jessica Jones. Probably to the Crimson Cosmos. And then we can Devil Dinosaur into Limbo. Okay, and so they Moon Girl, so they are going to have possibly 2 Devil Dinosaurs. We can play out ours. It's a little risky to Professor X Shadowland. Although this is the turn that they would play a dinosaur. Maybe this is where they would put it, since we're already kind of full up. Nope, Professor X probably would have been the play here. Alright, and so we can Hulk Crimson Cosmos. And then next turn we'll be able to Shang-Chi that dinosaur away. Ideally, now they play their second dinosaur to the Shadowland. Okay, they hold it. But now we can Shang-Chi and play a Killmonger. We're going to have 20 power. Their dinosaur is at best 15. They'll have 2 more energy, and they shouldn't be able to get 5 power. Ooh, so they actually flood the Shadowland. But Shang-Chi wins us Limbo. Shows the power of Shang-Chi, where we just got to completely swing this location when they had a huge lead. Let's hop into another one. Alright, the first location is Grand Central, and that's actually really good for our deck. Our opponent goes with a Sunspot, so hopefully we see our Killmonger. And Matillan's gonna shuffle our hand. Let's play out the Domino for now. They're going to pass and put some energy into their Sunspot. At least they didn't cleanly curve into the armor. And we lose our Lizard to Sokovia, so we're stuck just passing again. They Storm. That might be really good for our Claw. Speak of the devil. The opponent snapped. Shang-Chi is the only bad hit for a Jubilee, so we have an 80% chance to put a lot of power into flooding here. They go with a Jessica Jones. And Jubilee pulls our Devil Dinosaur. Okay, now Grand Central is going to reduce the overall power of our Devil Dinosaur. It would be bad if it pulls Professor X. But Domino, Claw, and our Chavez should be sufficient here. Let's snap back and play the Claw. Unfortunately, this Sunspot will get to live another day. Ho 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 ho, okay. Oh no, it pulls the Odin! Alright, and they're in an awkward spot now with their Warpath. Because the Warpath will dip below our Odin if they commit anything here. So let's play the Chavez. It's a shame we didn't get to Odin, because we could have Odin'd and sent them back the Hobgoblin. But this should still be okay. They go with a Claw of their own, but Chavez is going to come up for 8, and we take 8 cubes. I hope you enjoyed the games. This deck plays pretty differently than most other decks since you're not too concerned about curving out, and sometimes you can win only playing 3 or 4 cards, just high impact cards that swing locations, rather than trying to play a bunch of littler cards that all synergize together. If you have any questions or feedback for me, make sure to leave those in the comment section below, and also let me know if there's any other Pool 2 combos or strategies you would like to see explored on the channel. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.